It may be considered lazy, it may be considered very efficient. That's for you to decide. But there are some minimalist habits that I do on an everyday basis that really help make life that little bit easier. And who doesn't want a quick answer and a quick fix to some of our problems? So let's talk about some easy habits that you can do to make life easier in your daily life. Hi, my name's Rachel. I do videos about decluttering, minimalism and when I spend year, and today we're talking habits that can make life that little bit easier, because we are all busy, we are all overworked or tired or have chronic illnesses. There's very many reasons why we might need to make our life a little bit easier, and these habits will definitely help. So let's get straight into the video and talk about some strategies that we can do to make life easy. First up is routines. I am a routine girly. I like things to be in the same order every day, morning and night. So I have little routines, and this means that I don't have to think. So less thinking involved means less energy used. So if you're somebody like me that struggles with a chronic illness, like chronic fatigue, then having routines make it easier to get things done. So I have set routines in the morning where I get up and I get ready in a certain order, and I have my outfits ready so that I don't have to think about what I'm doing. And then at the end of the day, I also have a routine for tidying up and putting things away before I go to bed. So put things in your routine that you want to happen on a daily basis and make it happen. Routines just automate things and make things easy to remember, and then you won't forget some of those key things that maybe can slip. My second habit is that everything has a home, and that home is a logical place. I have thought through that place and it makes sense for that item. Just like kitchen gadgets are in the kitchen, in the drawer, near where you're going to need them, the same applies for everything else in your home, yet we don't seem to apply that principle. So for example, cables, most general cables that I will use in the living room, not upstairs or not in a cupboard. So I don't store them in random places. I store them in a drawer in the living room so that I can easily get them out and easily put them away. It makes it so much more likely that I'm going to put things back when I finish with them, because it's so easy to do. So everything needs to have a logical place. So if you read books and you have certain books that you want to read at bedtime, then those ones will live in the bedroom, and that's where they go. It just makes sense to have things in logical places. Think about how you use the item. This doesn't go for everything. Lots of things do have natural places, like linen will go near the bedrooms or near the bathrooms, or it might be that you store towels in the bathroom and maybe they're stored in a cupboard. Think about how you can make things more efficient within your home so you don't have to think too much about tidying away, because you're kind of literally moving it from one place right next to it to put it away. So it just makes sense. Another example of this is my car wash bucket. I have a bucket, and rather than have it in the shed or in the garage, I have it in the cupboard next to my front door. And that means I use it probably once every week or a couple of weeks, and it will be regularly used. If I had it in somewhere that was further away, I wouldn't get it out as often and I wouldn't use it, and then my car would be dirty more. So it just makes things easier to do, easier to remember, and there's less effort involved. My third habit is that I rely on my calendar app on my phone to track events and things that are happening. So I will make sure that as soon as somebody suggests something or I book tickets to something, it goes in the calendar and a reminder is set for either the day before or an hour before, and then I know that it's happening. And then once a week I will check through the coming week and see what's going on, and then I can plan for things. It just means it's much easier to keep organised. I can't do paper ones, it just doesn't work. It's too much faff getting it out, but it's so easy to quickly add an event in a calendar in my phone. So I totally rely on that, and it makes life so much easier and easier to remember to go to things. The next habit is that I meal prep and I plan my meals. So I will know roughly what meals I'm having each week. Probably about 5 or 6 of the meals will be planned, and the other one will be kind of bits and pieces that are stuff that I have around that I could throw together if I fancy one of those kind of meals. So I will have set meals, and I know that I've got flexibility as to when I can have them, and I plan easy, throwing the other meals on those days where I need something quick, or a stir fry will be a quick one if I've got meetings that day. So I plan in my meals around how busy my schedule is. So it means that I'm less tempted to then do takeaways and less tempted to eat things that are not good for me. And it saves me a lot of money. I can plan exactly what I need from the shop, and so I don't really deviate from the shopping list that much. My favourite habit that you might be able to guess is decluttering. Having less stuff has saved me so much time and energy, and it does make life that bit easier. The one thing I haven't tackled is really narrowing down my wardrobe, but that's a work in progress. But generally, I don't have much stuff, and it means that it's easy to tidy up at the end of the day. I don't have masses of things to put away. It's just manageable. It's just easier to sort things. It's easier to find things. And yeah, and I don't regret throwing anything away. So declutter and reduce down what you have, get rid of duplicates, any things that you haven't used in the last year, and really think about whether or not it's worth storing and holding on to it in your space, because I find a cluttered space is a cluttered mind, and that's no good for me. My next habit is that I automate bills. I get paid at the end of the month, and within the first week of payday, I have all my bills come out, bar food and petrol. So it means I don't have to track my money. I don't have to think about things. I know the bill's paid. That's not a problem. And then I know that I've just got a certain amount left for food and petrol. And that's easy to manage. I just give myself a weekly budget for each, and then I can easily track that. It just means that there's no thinking involved. It's all done by direct debit, and I don't have to worry about it. So I highly recommend giving yourself that little bit of grace after payday in case it's delayed for whatever reason, and then you know that you've got money there, and then it's all done and out within the first week, and then there's no thinking. So set up those direct debits. My next habit is to create a capsule wardrobe. And although I'm still whittling down the things within my wardrobe, I know that I have a capsule wardrobe for work. There are only certain outfits that I will go to for my work outfits, and that makes it easier to get ready on a work day. I just have to pull from those set items, and that's easy to do. So get yourself a little strategy as to which outfits you're most likely to use for fun days out, catching up with friends, or for work. And then that means that you've got easy options to choose. And I find it helpful also to put away things that are out of season. So I've just put away a lot of my winter stuff because I'm just not likely to wear those winter dresses. So I've got my summer stuff out now. So that helps with space as well. My next habit is that I have a really simple makeup routine. I use the same products and I use the same routine for putting things on, so I always do things in a certain order, and it means that it doesn't take me long to get ready. And yeah, I don't have a complicated makeup look. I just try and do an everyday look, and it's just really simple, and I don't have too much involved in it. So that's a really easy way to simplify your time in the morning as well, and it's easier to track what products you need. I always buy the same products when they're on special offer, like foundation, and then I know that I've already got some spare ones ready to go, and it's easier to track what I've got and know when to stock up. Next up is to have a good body clock and to trust your body clock. I have a very similar wake up time and bedtime every single day. Sometimes that fluctuates on a special occasion, but generally I have the same timings, and it makes it much easier for my body to know what it's doing. Even if it's the school holidays, I will still get up relatively early, between 7 and half 7. And in term time, I will go for about 6:30 or 6. So it's not much different, but I kind of have a good rhythm with that, and it means that I naturally wake up before my alarm, so I know that my body is kind of doing the things it needs to do to wake myself up. And the same goes for sleep. It helps me to settle at bedtime more. If I know that I'm going to bed at the same time, my body will just naturally know it is time. One of my favourite things about decluttering and organising is to contain items. So that's my next habit. It makes it much easier to keep spaces organised, because if you contain them, they can't move around. So I've done this in various different drawers around my home and in my makeup drawer. It just means that things are there, they're organised, they're easy to grab and put back. So I highly recommend containing things. I do this for hairstyling tools underneath my desk. I do it for things within the food cupboards. So the spare high stuff is in baskets, so it's easier to reach and get out. It just means things are easier to manage. And you can put various different baskets or containers around for blankets or items around the home. So I even use like a tray to contain items on my side table. It just means that the coffee table kind of looks a little bit more put together, even without much effort. Even if it's got stuff on it, it just looks like it's meant to be there. My next habit, and a very important one I might add, is to say no. I say no to a lot more things than I ever used to do. I was always very much a people pleaser, and I just find that saying no it's the right way for me to control what's going on and my energy levels, and just knowing that I'm doing things that make me happy, that serve me, that kind of are right for me and my family, and I don't do things that I don't particularly want to do. So I have that control over my time and my energy, and I put it in the places where I want to put it. My next habit is to practice gratitude. And this one I have taken on more recently, and I find it a really good way to appreciate the things that you've already got. And so as you're decluttering, you can really appreciate the value of the things that you keep and how they are helping you in your daily life. And practicing gratitude has really made a huge difference to my mental health as well. I just feel more appreciative and more thankful of my things and my life. The next habit is quality over quantity. When you're purchasing things, now that you're starting to let go, sometimes you have to think a little bit more about quality items that are going to last and do the job well over having to buy cheap things that are just going to need to be replaced over and over. So it means you end up buying more. So invest in those items that are really quality items that are really going to stand the test of time. And that goes for a number of things like electronics. Sometimes it is worth paying a little bit more to get that quality product and know that it's going to last you that bit longer. The next habit is to have a one in, one out policy. And this is a good maintenance strategy moving forward after decluttering, and to help you from having things go over the top. It just means that you are monitoring what's coming inside your house. So anytime you bring in a new item of clothing, you would think about letting go of another item that is not really working for you. My next habit is to batch similar items together. This could be tasks. So, for example, when I go food shopping, I will go to the food shop and I will go to the other one for gluten-free. But if I have a parcel to post, I will do it at the same time. So I kind of group things into going out at the same time in the same loop of things, so I don't have to do extra trips out. So that's one way of saving petrol and your time. And the same goes for activities within the home. If you need to batch things together to make them happen. My next habit is to simplify decision making. This has been a game changer for me with chronic fatigue, and so I find this one really helpful. But limiting your options for things so that you don't have to make much decisions. So helps being gluten-free, but my options are toast or gluten-free cereal, and I don't have lots of deviations of that. So that is my standard go-to with maybe a bit of fruit. So I don't have much thinking involved in either purchasing or making the decision as to what to eat. It's cereal or toast. That is it, and that's kind of how it works. I also do similar with lunches, so I will batch cook lunches, like I do soup usually or enchiladas. I'll batch cook it in the weekend, and that will be for the week, and then I don't have to think about what my lunch is. I've already made that decision, it's already ready, it's already prepped. So think about ways that you can reduce the amount of decision making. You could plan your outfits for the week and decide which things are going to be most suitable for the activities you're doing that week, and put them together and have them planned so you know roughly what you're going to need, and then you don't have to think about it throughout the week, you just grab and go. The next habit is experiences over things, and this is a great one when it comes to gift giving as well. I do think it's more important to prioritise time out together, doing things, getting out, socialising, over actually buying something. So think about how you use your time and what is most valuable for you. This will definitely help develop your relationships and as well for personal growth. The next habit is single tasking. I always tried to multitask everything, and because I was multitasking everything, I wasn't really doing anything well and I wasn't doing a good job. And I'd get through, I'd be okay, but sometimes I needed to really focus in. So I have now started doing some tasks in a single focused mindset so that I just focus on that task and I don't have anything else available or around me to distract me, and I just focus in. And this is definitely a good one for reducing stress and building up productivity. The next habit is to embrace enough, knowing that you have enough of something and you don't need to buy more. It's a really hard concept to kind of be comfortable with, and I've struggled with this in the past. And just knowing that actually you have got enough and anything else would be a bonus, and you are okay as you are. You don't need the latest thing, the latest gadget, the latest tech, the latest clothing. Enough is enough. Avoid that constant need for more all the time. And my final habit is to learn to delegate. If your budget allows, delegating some tasks to other people to save you some time and some energy can really help enrich your everyday life. So if one task, for example, like cleaning is too much for you to do, then have somebody come in and keep on top of the cleaning and do that work for you so that you only have to do top ups. It just means that you are prioritizing your time and energy in the way that suits you. Same goes for decluttering. If decluttering is really difficult and you don't know how to start, get somebody in to help you. That's what I do. That's what I enjoy doing. I try and help people declutter their homes and get it into a place where they want it. I can do the whole house, or I work with people just to get them motivated and started. So think about dedicating some of those tasks to other people that are more experienced or have more skills to help and support you. Same goes for gardening. If that's too much of a chore or your garden's too big, get somebody in to help with that. Take some of the workload off so that you have freed up some time for other things. So there are 20 habits to make life easier on your everyday life. So hopefully these will help you simplify and enjoy life a little bit more and focus on the things that really matter. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and press like and subscribe. And don't forget to share this video with people that might find it helpful as well. Every like, comment and share is very much appreciated. I shall be back for more videos soon. Take care. Bye.